this is your boy Kona Enthusiast, and we're back with another video. So, today I'm going to be discussing with you all the JB4 tune. What I like about it, what I don't like about it. Obviously, I love it. Just started off the video with a really nice pull. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. There will be no intro video. First and foremost, I do apologize for the camera being a little bouncy today. So I usually have my phone on a mount because I record my phone. I usually have it on a mount, but the mount broke, so I need to order a new one. But yeah, so anyways, JB4 tune. What do I like about it, what I don't like about it? So we can start off with the negatives. First thing I don't like about it is, number one, inconsistency, and I don't mean that in a bad way. The JB4 tune is a piggyback tune. It's plug and play. You just, plug it to your OBD port, whatever fuel sensors, mass airflow sensors, all of that under the hood. It takes like 5 minutes or less. Absolutely love how easy it is, but I don't like how inconsistent it is when you look at your logs compared to that of an ECU tune. That's just the nature of it. One day I do plan on eventually upgrading to either a lap 3 tune or N75 tune, maybe an EK1 Lite from 6. So yeah, those are like the obvious things with having a piggyback tune. But number two, reason I don't like it is just basically how long it takes your car to really figure out. And a lot of people, they always count out piggyback tunes for this reason. They always think that their car is malfunctioning because it or it's not doing exactly what they want it to. And in fact, that is simply just because of the nature of the JB4. It takes time for the ECU to learn, versus if you do an ECU tune, as you know, the ECU tune will automatically adapt and adjust to the settings that the tuner sets it to. With that being said, that's not a way to rule out the JB4. We'll discuss those reasons later for the things I like, but just so you know, starting out, I was on map 2, and map 2 was a little, was pretty good, and then I went up to map 3, and map 3 basically was when I started to have issues with fueling, with the AFR, all of that stuff, air fuel ratio. So the AFRs were constantly way too low whenever I was doing pulls, and you can also feel it in the car just surging. Now part of that is JB4, obviously, because it's making quite a high amount of boost in map 3. But the second reason for that is because the Hyundai fuel pump is not well. If you've watched my previous video on how to install the fuel pump, you can see that there. That fuel pump really makes a huge difference with handling JB4, or really any of the tunes. It's not just a JB4 issue. Every single tuner is going to recommend, once you get past 22, 23 PSI, you need to go to upgrade the fuel pump. You really should upgrade it anyway if you're tuned or stock, but definitely for pushing a higher PSI. And right now I'm pushing consistently on map 3, 25 to 26 PSI. But anyways, neither here nor there. That is the second thing I don't like, is just, basically having the ECU to have to figure out and do that. So basically, the last thing that I don't like about the tunes, really just only 3 things, but last thing I don't like about the tune is just basically the lack of instructions when you're installing it. I installed the tune with my friend Chanman, so he was able to help me figure out what was the best way to go about tuning it, or installing the tune, because he installed it on his Velocity that he previously owned. So that really helped a lot, having that guidance. But there really wasn't much instructions online. So if you're somebody that doesn't typically work on cars, or you may be unfamiliar with how to go about those things, that could be a problem. But I do have a video that I made, so I'll post that right there for you to see, and you can refer to that if needed. But anyways, there just really wasn't much guidance on how to go about installing this tune. And so yeah, that was kind of like one of the things I didn't like the most. Just because, like, a lot of people don't know that you need a PNP wire fuel sensor to go with this. A lot of people have no idea about that. But I knew that because we have a couple friends who have Kia Stingers. They all emphasize that that is something that you definitely need. And so yeah, there's that. So basically the install process would have been, easier, of course, with instructions, but I knew what to do. And once you do it one time, it's pretty easy to figure out going forward. It's a very easy install. It's just the fact of, if you're unaware of where this wire goes to what, you may have a hard time. But as far as positives, so number one positive is just how easy the car reacts to the tune. So map 2, creates 3 extra PSI. I'll include a graph for you to see what each boost level is. So, you know, basically right now I'm on map 3 and I'm making about 26 PSI with the downpipe. So this usually peaks about 26, 27, and it decreases to probably about 23, 24. Throughout the rev range, it will stay probably about 24. And so, I mean, you know, over the stock 16 to 18 PSI, that is a really big amount of boost or increase in boost. So it's impressive that, you know, a simple $650 tune was able to do that. Now, as I stated before, you did need the fuel pump to do that. So yeah, that's like one of the biggest things I just love, is just how easy the power gains were with this. Second thing, obviously, would be just the fact that once your ECU does adjust to whatever map that you're on, it's like having an ECU tune. It may not be exactly like it. It's probably not even, you know, the same at all, but you get a better feel. Map 3, I was sketchy about it first. I really was not comfortable with it, but now that I've been running map 3 on a daily basis, this is what I daily with, or whenever I drive it, that is what I run. And map 3 usually is what I do. I'll do E30 every now and then. Sometimes I do E30 on map 4, but for the most part, map 3 with 93 octane is my go-to. And that is probably the most consistent map out of all of them. I really like it. It pulls strong enough, you know, to beat many cars that are well above its, you know, weight. And yeah, it handles it very well. Now, one of the biggest things I love about JB4 is just the flexibility between maps. So, you know, let's say you want to run map 0, you know, you don't really want to, you know, run a tune one day, you can do that. You can run a map 1 or 2 to be simple. You know, you just want to get a couple power, you know, 20 horsepower gains or whatever. You don't want to go too crazy and risk, you know, blowing your engine or anything of that sort. Then you have the function of doing that. You also have map 3, which is what I'm on. You have map 4 that you can use for E30 mixtures. And then you also have, you know, map 5 for 100 octane. Map 6 is a custom map tune, which I will be doing at some point. I have 2 friends. One of them is HP Joel. You may have recognized them by chance. Brady's Rise did a review on this car about a month or 2 ago. So yeah, he has a tune now. HP Joel has a tune now to that right there. So I'm going to try to get that from him at some point, the map 6 tune. I also have a guy out here in North Carolina that does pretty good with tuning on that. So I have 2 options. The map 6 would be for my friend that's here in North Carolina, to be more catered to whenever I run MEF, hopefully in the next year or so. And of course you have map 7 tune strictly for MEF. Now, me personally, if I had to give a recommendation, let's say you're only wanting to do a little bit of boost, you want power gains to go with your downpipe or whatever, map 2 is perfectly fine in a sense. Need to get over because the mail lady is stopped on the road. Can't hook anymore. Anyways, I need to get new tires also. But yeah, if I had to give a recommendation, it would probably be map 6 is your best go-to. Now, if you're somebody that just has a couple modifications, you have a, you know, downpipe and an intake, that's fine. You can basically get away with doing that and you're good to go. Now, map 2 is, you know, give you a little bit of boost to go with that and you're good to go. But map 3, I don't recommend it. It's a great map. It's my favorite map. But if you're worried about longevity, I probably wouldn't work with that a lot. And I'll explain more to that in a second, or what I would recommend as an alternative. So map 6, or excuse me, map 3, it is, you know, a really good map. As far as, you know, giving you that 26 PSI and a 27 PSI peak, that's really good. But long term, I don't think going over 24, 25 PSI is safe for this turbo. From what I've been hearing, we don't really have a whole lot of solidified proof, but that is what most tuners are saying. It's not the safest. So there's that. So with that being said, map 6 is probably your go-to. Now, map 6, I'm going to have it catered to run E30 or 93 octane, and we're going to have similar you know, timings and different things like that, adjustments that map 3 gives. The only difference is going to be, I'm going to peak the boost out of 24 PSI, or probably 25 PSI. And the reason for that is just I want to preserve the life of this car. I don't know how long I'll keep it. I may swap out to something else, but for now I want to make sure it works, because I do have a downpipe on the car, so it's already pushing it past its limits as is. And so the goal here is to max it out at 24 PSI, and having custom map 6 tune is not quite the same as ECU, but it's about as close as you can get to having ECU tune. And I really just want to try out map 6 and get the best I can get out of this JB4 tune before eventually switching to a lap 3 tune, or, you know, N75 tune. So yeah, there's that right there. What I recommend, if you're somebody that doesn't have a tune, what I recommend going with JB4 over some of the other options. I know that's like the biggest thing a lot of people want to know. Truthfully speaking, if you're somebody that's just trying to get, like I said, some, decent gains, but you're not looking to go out here and beat every car on the track, on the drag strip, or on the street, however you want to look at it, then JB4 is obviously the way to go. It's a good piggyback system. They make them for so many cars. They're reliable in any KTM car that I've heard. So JB4, hands down, is the best option if you're trying to get your best bang for your buck. Now, if you're looking for best gains, I would not recommend JB4. That's not to say JB4 is bad. It is not. But N75 tune and Lap 3 ECU tunes are just absolutely killing it out there. We have a couple of Konas out there, I want to say low 12s, high 11s, running off of a Lap 3 tune on MEF. And I've yet to see a JB4 MEF do that. Quickest I've seen is a 12.2, which is respectful, really respectable, honestly. But me personally, obviously, your money goes to that easily. You know what you're paying for, you know what you're getting at that point. And so I highly recommend going that route if you're trying to get the best out of that. Also, from a safety standpoint, ECU tunes are typically more reliable. But like I said, JB4, there's not really any reliability issues that I've heard of recently. So JB4 again is a great tune. This is not to knock it when I say ECU is the way to go. It is not. It's just one of those things that's just obvious which one has more reliability, which one is more preferred. Piggybacks have come a long way these days, but so have ECU tunes. Now, I will say this now, the biggest advantage I love about JB4, I still go to the dealership for oil changes and whatnot. I got to get my DCT flushed because I just hit 56,000. I was due at 54. So in that regard right there, having the JB4 is a really big winner because of the fact that you can take the tune off in 5 minutes and reinstall it right after that. Once you finish getting your oil change. And so I recommend it for that reason, because the ECU tune, obviously you cannot hide that you have a tune on your car. Your ECU will show those logs, or if it doesn't, your system will show one way or the other. They can find it. Now JB4, they probably can in a way find out that you have that, but needless to say, it is not as easy as people think it will be. So JB4 is obviously the best option with that. But yeah, I know this has been kind of a tangent. Overall, my main things is, if you're concerned about reliability, or concerned about basically trying to get the best out of your car, the most power out of your car reliably, ECU hands down is the way to go. But if you're looking for a great modification that's really affordable and really solid, JB4 is a great way to go. For me, this is the first time I've tuned the Kona N. The Kona N was a new platform. I didn't want to eke out everything as I could of it. I just wanted to get some power gains, and it's been a fun journey with that. So if you have any questions regarding the JB4, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Comment below. Let me know what what do you prefer, JB4, ECU? I'm on both sides. I think both are really good options. So let me know what you have on your Kona, Elantra, or Velocity N, what you want to do to it. Let me know. I'm curious to see. A lot of people always want to bash me for having a piggyback tune, but I have no regrets with it. I'm very happy with it. But like I said, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Keep up with the videos. Make sure you also click on notification bell so you know whenever I'm making posts and videos. I do have 2 modifications. Really going to be like 1 modification, but they 2 work with each other. So I'm going to post that at the end of this week, so stay tuned for that. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is icy_Kona_N. Other than that, guys, I really appreciate you for watching this video, and I hope you all have a good one.